See my gypsy girl, for something to myself. She wants to wander. Keep it money on my place. She looking at my eye order. She wants to wander. Keep it moving so quick. You never see her coming.
She wants to wander.
She on me, yeah. Now so me say.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're doing another makeup tutorial, and no, this one is not a talk through tutorial, unfortunately. And the only reason I mention that is because I have noticed that you guys do like the talk through tutorials as well as the voiceover tutorials. The only reason I don't like to do a lot of talk through videos is because I feel like they just make the videos way too long, and I just add too much into it to cut things out. So they're like usually 24 minutes as opposed to 9 minutes. So yeah, go ahead, chapstick, just get on my teeth right now. So in this video we are doing a tutorial using the Master palette by Mario. This is one of my favorite Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, as well as the, which one was this, the Shadow Couture palette. Like, this one is another one. This is a staple, this is a holy grail. I always pull this one out because it just has so many great transition shades, and it also has like a matte black shade that you can use, and it's just an overall great palette. But this is the palette that I mainly use to create this look. So I ended up doing Claudia. That was the original look, and I wanted this to be a blue smoky eye, but I didn't want it to be smoky to where it was unwearable or it looked kind of like over the top smoky. So I wanted this to be a very kind of classic, like a wearable blue smoky eye, you know what I mean? So I mainly used Claudia, and then I went in with these two transition shades, which are two of my favorite transition shades. And then I went in with the black from the Shadow Couture palette, and I just popped in Fifth Avenue, which is the perfect kind of like champagne color to go in the inner corner for that pop and to really make the eyes look really big and flirty. So I also paired this up with a glossy nude lip because I don't really ever wear glossy lips anymore. And the NYX butter glosses are banging, y'all. These are the intense butter glosses, so they're like more intense than the regular butter glosses, and the regular butter glosses are already one of my favorite glosses, and these I think are anywhere between $3 to $5, so they're not too expensive. And then I also wanted to mention to you guys these NYX lip liners. Okay, so I know everyone raves about the MAC lip liners, but you're missing out. If you don't have the NYX Suede lip liners, which I didn't even know came out, you're missing out. So the NYX came out with their Suede line, and they're the lip creams, you know, kind of like the liquid lipstick, but they're very affordable. So every single color that they came out with the liquid lipstick, they came out with a matching lip liner. And this one is Downtown Beauty, so it's just a regular brown lip liner. It went on very smooth. I didn't feel like it was like kind of hard to put on. I had no problems with it, but then again, I did have a chapstick on that I had worn since probably 2 hours ago when I started, you know, curling my wig and started actually doing this tutorial. So yeah, so I had no problems with it. I had heard from one of my subscribers that, you know, they don't really like them, and to let her know how I felt about it, I love them. I would recommend these to anyone. They're $3.99, so you can't beat that. So you need to go ahead and pick these up. So that is pretty much all that I have for you guys. Leave me suggestions down below if you guys want to see other makeup tutorials. I know you guys did say that you wanted to see more looks using this palette because a lot of you guys got your hands on it. Some of you guys haven't. I think it was limited edition, but I will be creating more looks using this palette. But also, you know, Thanksgiving's coming up, Christmas is coming up. Let me know what you would like to see from me. I also am going to start incorporating more hair videos. If you remember from my haul video, if you watched my haul video, I mentioned that. So leave me a bunch of suggestions that you would like for me to do. Hair, makeup, you know, just talking about life, you know, who I am, where I'm from, all of that. Just let me know what y'all want to know. Alright, I love you all. Bye.
Okay, y'all, now I am priming my lids right now with my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NC45 to prime for shadow. And then I go in with my Makeup Master Palette by Mario palette, and I take the shade Isabel on the Pretty Bar Pink Bellini brush set. And I'm just working that into my crease as a transition shade. And I just love this transition shade. It just works with my skin tone. But I decided to be a little extra, so I went in with Morocco out of the Shadow Couture palette, and I take that on an E25 blending brush, and I just work that into the crease just to give it a little bit more of like a reddish color, and then I go back in with the previous brush just to blend the two together. So after that, I take the shade Violeta out of the palette, and with another pink Bellini brush. It's more like the E25, and I work this into my crease and just kind of to add a little bit of definition and to soften the black that we're going to go in with next. And the black is going to be out of the Shadow Couture palette, and I'm taking the shade Noir, and this is one of the blackest shades I have ever used. This and Makeup Geeks Corrupt are the two blackest eyeshadows I have ever used, so I never have a problem with it. And I'm using this brush that I've had for like 5 years, you guys, and I'm just putting that into the outer V, and then I'm working it into the inner corner because I want the inner corner to be just kind of as smoky as the outer corner. And then I go back in with that the Pretty Bar brush and a little bit more Violeta, and I just use that to kind of blend the two together. So after that, I take this Maybelline Eye Chrome Studio. I don't know why I decided to go in with it. I just kind of wanted to do something a little bit different and to make the lid shade pop a little more. And I think this is in the shade like Royal Blue or something. And then I go in with Claudia out of the palette as well, and I'm taking a Sigma. I forget what number this brush is, but it's a small detailer brush, so it makes applying the eyeshadow on the lid really kind of more intense. And then after that, I just take my L'Oreal Voluminous liner Noir. It's just a black liner, and you guys, I have recommended this to so many people and they have loved it. If you're struggling with your liner or you want something thin and precise, this liner is the way to go. I promise you'll thank me later. So after that, I go in with this Revlon Color Stay Eye and Eye Art. One side is like a shadow and the other side is like a glitter, and I'm applying the blue glitter on the top where all of the blue is peeking through. So after that, I'm using this CoverGirl True Matte or True Blend face primer for oily skin, and I have been loving this primer, you guys. This is the second time I've used it, and my foundation has never looked better, and I had no problems with oil. After that, I go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Shine Free Foundation Stick in the shade Coconut, which I've also really been loving. The shade, since I'm getting a little bit lighter since winter is coming back, I am able to pull it off, but it is still one shade lighter than what I would like my foundation to be. But I'm using that with the Sigma F82, which is an angled round kabuki brush. Yes, and I love this foundation to blend out stick foundations. And then for concealer, I'm applying my MAC Pro Longwear concealer, and I applied a little bit too much, which I always do because these pumps are so hard to get out. But I'm applying that under my nose, my Cupid's bow, chin, forehead, and under my eyes as well. And then since I applied a little bit too much, I go back in with that round kabuki brush and I just take it around the edges and the nose and also the forehead area just to blend it into the foundation, and taking whatever foundation is left on the brush and blending that in as well. So after that, I set it with the Sacha Buttercup setting powder with my beauty blender. I bake my nose and I press the powder into the under eye, the chin, the forehead, and the and the chin area, and I leave the nose to bake so that way it soaks up any oil, because that is where my nose usually gets the oiliest. So to contour, I'm using this Becca multitasking powder. It is in the shade Deep Bronze, and I'm using a Sigma F05 contouring brush. If you guys are looking for a new contour powder, you should splurge on this powder. You will thank me later. Once again, it is amazing. It blends out really smooth, and Becca makes really great powders. So I recommend this powder because I have been loving it. After that, I'm taking the NYX powder blush in the shade Mocha, and I'm applying that with the Pretty Bar. It's their Peach Bellini brush set, and I will make sure to have these brush sets linked down below so that way you know where you can get them. And then to highlight, I am applying the Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow Highlighter, and I was talking to my boyfriend at this point, and I was like, B, is my highlight on fleek or not? And that's why I kind of was making that facial expression, because he told me it was, which he always tells me it is. So anyways, I just highlight the top parts of my cheekbone. I also highlight the sides of my forehead so that way when I turn, it kind of has a little glow up there as well. And then I also do the Cupid's bow, and I will do the nose later. And after that, I just press the powder into my skin, and I also just contour my nose. And I use a Sigma E39 Buff and Blend eyeshadow brush, and I apply the deep bronze shade onto my nose, and then I apply the highlighter on with the ring finger on the tip and the bridge of my nose. And then going back to the eyeshadow palette, I'm taking the shade Fifth Avenue, and I'm popping that into the inner corner with a Sigma smudge brush, but I use this brush because it's so small and so precise for my inner corner highlight. So that is what I'm using there. And then for lips, I am using the NYX Suede lip liner in the shade Downtown Beauty, and as I mentioned in the beginning, I love these liners. They're $3.99, so you literally cannot break the bank and you can't beat the price in the liner, you know. And then I go in with the Intense Butter Gloss in the shade Peanut Butter, which is also a really pretty gloss, and these Intense Butter glosses are also some of my favorites. And after that, I decided I need to start setting my face because you guys don't think that I set my face ever. So I'm using the Maybelline Master Fix facial spray. So after that pretty much wraps up my look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Also leave me recommendations down below and stay tuned for scene breaks. Mwah. Bye!
Okay, y'all. I can literally rap this whole song, but I'll rap the first verse for y'all and that's it. Okay? I wanna rock right now. I'm like, yeah, and I came to get down. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock a microphone because I get stupid. I mean outrageous. Stay with me. It's contagious, cause I'm a winner. No matter who's it to be an MC. Cause I choose and ladies love me. Girls adore me. I'm me, even though I should never saw me. Like the way that I rhyme, I show. The reason why I'm here, I don't know, so let's go, cause hey.
We're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those thugs.
But act like those cause I'm blind, yay, the one who knows about things that makes you get weary. You don't cheer me, just hear me out. I need to run. Oh, let's turn the party out. Baby girl, it's like will you like me all the time? You will like me, you know. Taking off the rack and the back to the back. I like the walk, the Big Mac.